What's up, everybody? It is AFC NFC Championship weekend. I can't wait to dig into it. First and foremost, the question of the week is to play or to not to play. And I think that question for Patrick Mahomes was not even one that he really had to ponder. During the game last week, we all know he had a high ankle sprain, went out for a little bit, came right back, and played lights out. Question is how he's going to be this Sunday. I'm sure on the actual foot as well as outside the foot, we call it spatting in the game of football. He'll be spattered up and feel like a ski boot out there. He's going to have difficulty in the run game and also just trying to show play action sometimes. If I was at Cincinnati Bengals, a few things I would do for sure on defense. I would definitely bring a ton of pressure up the middle, A, B gaps, flushing him out of the pocket, getting him on the run. And he's not that mobile. He's not going to be able to plant on that back foot as strongly as he wants to, as securely as he needs. Given that he could throw out a number of angles, I will make sure that my D-line, who's not there to, possibly sack him, get their hands up, giving him pressure from all angles and making him guess with that quick release, but also just having him second guess that injury that he's dealing with. The Cincinnati Bengals, the team that was here a year ago and found themselves in the AFC Championship yet again. I believe they embody what the Midwest is. They're a hard-nosed, blue-collar team, don't really look for the limelight, but if it finds them, they won't shy away from it. They just put in work and they continue to do so. This playoff run that they've shown, is particularly last week in Buffalo, they playing bully football, running the football down people's throat, showing them that they can't be stopped even in run-down situations where a defense can probably heavily bet that there's going to be a run call. They're getting 4 or 5 yards, and when you get a team like that that's physical, it definitely leaves the other team second-guessing when they want to step and fill that run gap and if they want to do it for 4 quarters. Sometimes the Kansas City Chiefs gets a little blitz happy, and in this aggression, they like this blitz called zero blitz, where they bring one more defender than the offense can protect. If it so happens to be a run play, this is where you can find yourself as a runner hitting your head on the goalpost. All it takes is for gap integrity not to be outstanding, someone get out of whack, and there's a crease and the running back's gone to daylight. And when a zero blitz is called, that puts your receivers and your DBs up one-on-one matchups. Throwing the ball down the field while a dynamic quarterback to an outstanding receiving core really push your defense, I believe, not on the good side of the odds. Either it could be a PI or even worse, a completed pass or a touchdown. Who knows? I'm sure Coach Spags will have something, a wrinkle for Joe Burrow to think about, but it's a risk I'm not sure if I'm willing to take. The NFC Championship game highlights 2 of the best teams in the National Football League. Unfortunately, only one can advance to the Super Bowl. The Philadelphia Eagles will have their hands full trying to stop this balanced attack of the 49ers, but they do have time on their side as well as a home field advantage. The time is Brock Purdy is now going into 8 or 9 games of this season, where now there's enough film to start studying his tendencies, what he likes to do, and what Coach Shanahan believes he can do, and when he needs to get him in a rhythm, what they tend to call. Also, the Dallas Cowboys did a really good job against them last week, maybe have given a blueprint on how to stop this balanced attack of the 49ers and causing Brock Purdy to go through his progressions, showing him to be a young quarterback and maybe getting him a little rattled. The Philadelphia Eagles come into this game the number 1 seed in the NFC, and with that home field advantage, it's going to be really hard for the San Francisco 49ers to go in there to come out with a win. Led by Jalen Hurts, who showed last week the shoulder's not an issue. He had some plays there that was designated runs where he didn't go down by the slide, but he actually took on the contact, showing confidence in that shoulder and how he want to lead his team. Jalen Hurts have 2 of the best receivers in the National Football League between Brown and Smith. 2 excellent receivers who puts a lot of stress on the defense. What I'll be interested to see in this key matchup is how defensive coordinator DeMeco Ryans calls against Jalen Hurts. I believe this young man has showed a lot of maturity in his understanding of defense and where the ball needs to go. Tight ends, running backs are going to have a lot of check down situations where they can move the ball and advance it so they can stay on schedule. So who's going to the Super Bowl? Let's start on the AFC side of things. I believe Cincinnati Bengals are going to go in there and upset the Kansas City Chiefs. Not only because Mahomes is banged up, but I just believe that they're playing lights-out football. They're playing with such confidence that just jumps off the screen, and I don't think there's a thing that Kansas City Chiefs could do about it. Who's going to the Super Bowl out of the NFC side of things? Well, I'm not betting against them twice. Philadelphia Eagles, I believe, advances. With the play of Jalen Hurts, their defense, and the home field advantage, I think it's going to be too much for the young Brock Purdy and the 49ers.